Hello and welcome back to another video on my channel, and today I want to talk about the books that I'm going through on haul, because I have some books that I just don't see myself rereading ever again, or just books that I don't want to read anymore even though I haven't read them so far. And just books that I don't think are quite my taste anymore. So I think I'm just going to go straight in, because the first book is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. It's it's this story about a girl who's like quite romantic and was always writing letters, and the letters get sent out and then her love story begins. And back then I thought I would reread the series over and over again, because this was my masterpiece back when I was younger, but I can't see myself rereading the series ever again. And this copy is actually falling apart, literally falling apart. It definitely saw better days. Like it's just, well, I like my books looking used, but I do want the pages to stay in the book, because like the first few pages aren't even in here anymore. So that's a book I'm going to unhaul. And in fair fashion, the second book of the series, I'm also not going to reread this or ever touch it again in any way. So yeah, no explanation needed, honestly. And the third book of the series, like I said, it was literally everything when I was younger, so I had my fun with it, but I'm done. I'm done. It's no. I don't want them on a shelf anymore, so it's fine. I had my time with it, and that time is over. The next book is actually a little poetry book, which is Heart by Zane Frederick. And back then, when I first read that poetry collection, I was like, oh yeah, 5-star, oh my god, I love them. And then I reread, well, when did I reread this book? I have no idea, but I think last year or something. I flicked through it again. Nah, it's not a 5-star anymore. Definitely not. It was okay at best. I think it just doesn't do justice anymore. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling this poetry collection anymore, so I'm just going to, I don't know, put that one in a little library, in a free little library somewhere, and someone may have a good time with it. I mean, I did too, but no, not anymore. And the next book is actually a book I had to buy for school, and it's like this tiny edition of The Catcher in the Rye, and like it's tiny. What is this? It's tiny. Like that's my hand. Like it's so okay. I don't want to be the girl who says, oh, my hands are so tiny, but look at this in comparison to this. It is tiny. I don't remember anything from this book and I don't want to reread it. Maybe someday, but I would buy another copy and not this. No, just no. I like my books pretty. I don't know why just seeing this tiny book makes me cackle. It's amazing. Like, the writing isn't even bad. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll read it someday once again, but I can't remember shit from it, so goodbye. And now we're getting to a book which is actually unread, which is quite sad. How to Kill Your Family. I thought it stood out because of how it looks, because it is really pretty, to be honest. I quite like this one. Like, if it's standing there, I would definitely pick it up, but I have no desire to read it. No matter when I think about, oh yeah, what's going to be on my TBR, I never gravitate to this book. And I don't know, like, another booktuber actually read this book and was quite disappointed by this book, so I'm also a little bit influenced, I think. Maybe I could like it, but I don't know, I just don't see the appeal anymore. And I don't know. It is interesting, like, the blurb back here is like, they say you can't choose your family, but you can kill them. Okay, wild. Meet Grace Bernard, daughter, sister, serial killer. Grace has lost everything and she will stop at nothing to get revenge. Like, this sounds like something I probably would enjoy, but I'm just not in the mood to pick it up ever. So this will go right into the books that I'm going to get rid of. And I'm fine with it, honestly. I am completely fine with it. Maybe someone else will have this copy and then be like, oh yeah, nice, a free book, and I'm going to read it. But it's just not for me. Well, we're getting to another book, which I haven't even touched. I'm just not gravitating towards it, and it's Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. The thing is, I've read quite a few books by Alice Oseman, not only the Heartstopper graphic novel series, but also Solitaire and the Nick and Charlie winter novella and the normal novella, and enjoyed them, but I don't know. I wanted to read everything, but I also don't see myself gravitating towards this book. Like, I have no desire to pick it up. I think it is a pretty book to be on my shelf. Just like How to Kill Your Family, like, it's definitely interesting to look at, but I think it would be better for someone who's like really into Alice Oseman at the moment and would be happy to find a copy for free. So I'm going to put all of my books in free little libraries minus the one which has missing pages. So maybe someone else could have a lot of fun with this one, but I don't know, it's just not for me, I think. The writing is definitely quite nice. I really enjoyed Alice's writing, but I don't know. I have a hard time explaining what I feel right now, because I was interested in finishing everything she ever wrote, but somehow I think that changed, because that book is sitting on my shelf for over 2 years, I think. I won't read it, in all honesty. So it's going to sit in a free little library and hopefully going to, I don't know, get picked up by a person who definitely wants to read this book. Now we're going to get to a series which I started to read in German many years ago, which is The 100 Homecoming by Cass Morgan. I started this series many years ago when I started watching the series. Yeah, I read the first 2 books in German, but then I started reading more in English, so I bought this one, but I never picked it up. And that one is literally sitting on my shelf for almost a decade or so. Like, oh no, not a decade, but still a lot of years. Like, it's from 2016, like the end of 2016, but I will never pick this up. I will never read this. So it's just going to go away, and I won't have to feel guilty every time I see this book. It's ridiculous, seriously. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, those poor books, like I bought them, or I don't know, got them as a gift. But I don't know, I only have so much time and so much energy to read. Like, reading is my favorite hobby, don't get me wrong, but sometimes I just don't have the energy or the mental energy or whatever. And sometimes life just gets in the way, so I don't want to stare at books on my shelf that I never want to read. So that's how it is. Now we're going to come to yet another book. This is a book I actually got as a Christmas present, I think, which is ASAP by XCO. And like, I don't know, if you had another chance at love, would you take it? And it's like about K-pop idols and stuff like this, and second chance romance, I think. The thing is, I like K-pop. I listen to it for definitely like more than a decade by now, but I have no desire to read a book about K-pop, in all honesty. And whenever I look at this book, I just get this weird feeling whenever I look at this book that I also get when I'm scrolling on TikTok and see like edits from, I don't know, from Stray Kids or anything, but not normal edits, but really strange ones. And I'm just like, I don't know about that. And that's the kind of feeling I get every time I look at this book, so I'm just going to never look at it again once I put these books in different little libraries, depending on how much room there is. I haven't been to one of these libraries in a long time, which is why I really need to get to it. And the next book is another book I got as a gift. Oh, there's a bookmark in it. Like, okay, not a bookmark, but like, he was an Animal Crossing thingy. On page 10. And I think that says everything you need to know. It's Peter Pan. It would be such a quick read, honestly, like 200 pages, and it's rather tiny and the font is quite big. It would be such an easy and quick read, but I don't see myself reading it anymore. Back then I really wanted to read it, but I never got around to, and I don't know, the person who gifted this book to me, that's a difficult story as well, so I'm going to let this one go. No hard feelings, but it's not going to happen. And now we're actually, I think, at the last book. I will check if I may have forgotten anything else, but I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think that it's the last book, and it is Reggie and Delilah's Year of Falling by Elise Bryant. This was a book I actually quite enjoyed. Like, it is a 4-star read for me. It's definitely enjoyable, but I don't like it as much that I definitely want to have it on my shelf. Like, it's a hardcover copy because there were no paperbacks and I really wanted to read the story. I think I expected more from this book than I got. I don't know if you heard that, but someone ringed our doorbell. But these are people who are trying to sell you anything. Our grandma called and said, yeah, the people are going around, don't open the door, so we're just going to let this go. Reggie and Delilah's Year of Falling. Yeah. I had to pause for a moment because they did it again and again and again and again and again and again, and it was annoying. So yeah, that's what it is. But Reggie and Delilah's Year of Falling, I definitely had higher expectations. These expectations were not really met. I still had a good time, but it took me a long time to read this book as well, so I don't even know if 4 stars is actually a valid rating anymore. Like, if I think about it, I think it's more of a 3-star read for me. It's definitely a pretty book. It's a book that I could recommend. Like, it's a nice read, so yeah. But it's not like a book that I would recommend to death. Like, I don't even think about it. I really haven't thought about it other than, oh yeah, I wish that and that would have happened, or I don't know, I just had a different idea to how this story is going to go, because they met at like holidays, at different holidays, and it really didn't I didn't get what I wanted out of this, so I'm going to let this one go. Maybe someone else will have. I have much more fun with it than I do. Maybe should I ask some of my friends if they want any of these books? Yeah, I think I'm going to ask. I think I'm going to ask some of my friends first before I put them in the free little library. And yeah, that is the last book for today actually, because these are all the books that I don't want to have on a bookshelf anymore, because I think that my bookshelf should have a healthy dose of unread books paired with books that I absolutely like or adore or whatever. And you can see here like Chestnut Springs or Rose Hill or the Carly Fortune books. I love them. I really love them. And here, the last Carly Fortune book, I haven't read yet. I liked the first two books of Boys of Torment, the rest I haven't read. And here are also some unread books. So it's a mix. And this is a thing I really like. So I have more space for new books that might interest me more than any of these books do. So that is definitely what I'm going to do. I think I'm getting a picture in... I'm taking a picture in like a minute or so. And yeah, that is definitely what I'm going to do. Maybe some of my friends will have an interest in any of these books. If not, I'm just going to like give them to random strangers who will never know that it was me who put these books in these free little library thingies. But I wish, like, I have no idea if people in Germany actually use them, because I never saw another person other than me whenever I went to one of those. Well, I just put it in there and maybe I will check if at least one of them is gone. I have no idea. That is actually it for today's video. It's, wow, a little bit shorter than usual, which is quite a nice change in all honesty, because sometimes we need short little treats. And I think that is going to be it. I hope all of you had a great day, and I am quite okay with this selection. I will definitely be getting rid of these books